Update 2.18 released on Wednesday exclusively for the Steam version of Payday 2 and is full of the sort of content I've been asking for years. In it, we took a step into the future of the Payday gang's arsenal with the addition of a literal DLC smart shotgun, received a set of free community designed suits that go above and beyond the usual paid cosmetic content, and had our first DLC weapon designed specifically with stealth in mind. Finally, DLC seem to be more about adding creative new mechanics to the game rather than simply giving us side grades and reskins. Let's jump right into the action with Gaofeng Smuggler Pack number 4. But first, if you don't want your Payday to look as bad as the bootleg Gaofeng you're seeing from this update, I strongly recommend considering my range of PCs from the guys over at Apex. All three of the machines you'll find on my page were specifically designed to get the most out of Payday 2 and the remarkably inconsistent diesel engine, so head on down to the link below to browse their specs and give your Payday 2 the makeover it deserves. That said, let's dive into the first new addition within the DLC, the Gecko M2 pistol. This thing is based on the awesome looking Maxim 9 and comes with two unique features for its weapon class. First of all, it's integrally suppressed without the need for attachments and cannot be unsilenced. This is to lean into its design as a stylish stealth-specific pistol, as it's also been granted the body-launching knockback previously exclusive only to shotguns. It was this somewhat unrealistic feature of shotguns which made them everyone's go-to for stealth builds, but with the Gecko now in game, we have a stealth pistol which can also launch bodies through the sky and out of the line of sight of patrols. This puts it in pole position as likely the best secondary weapon for stealth builds, owing to its great base concealment stat, superior accuracy over range, and magazine size. With the Gecko, you can go from silently cross-mapping a guard in stealth to launching a body into the sea from point-blank range, without having to worry about missing shots and being forced to reload. I'm not inclined to believe that this will shake up the stealth meta completely, as I'm sure the judge will still get the job done, but if you like to be at the very top of your game at all times, the M2 Gecko will be a worthwhile pickup. As for its position within the loud meta, I don't think it'll be making any waves. I do like that you can use Optical Illusion's Ace to reduce the concealment penalty of the powerful upshot barrel due to its built-in silencer, which gives the pistol an appealing stat line. However, its unique damage category doesn't help it hit any important breakpoints, and although it has good accuracy, stability and concealment stats, it can't compete with the 5.7 in terms of utility, or with the full auto pistols in terms of their DPS. To make matters worse, it and its akimbo counterpart feel jankier than they should due to their misaligned lasers, which literally move around as you crouch. This creates an accuracy dilemma that massively impacts the intangible feel of the weapons. Overall, it's much the same story with the akimbos. They pack a punch but don't have great ammo stats, and their awkward feel make them unsatisfying to use despite their cool aesthetic. Personally, I'd say they're only really worth using if you seriously enjoy the feeling of launching dead cops through the sky, or if you're specifically looking for more options in stealth. Up next, we have the Wasp DS SMG. This one is based on the iconic FMG9, the akimbo version of which I remember brutally dominating the COD Modern Warfare 3 meta back in the day. And honestly, even in just its individual variant, it may have an opportunity to rule once again within Payday 2. This thing is challenging to use, but once you get the hang of it, it's a bundle of fun for bullet hose lovers. It comes in at around the 40 damage category of SMG, which has not historically been a strong entry point following the addition of damage range multipliers. Yet, with its best-in-class 1333 rate of fire, this thing carries a uniquely high DPS potential within the category. Of course, with an RPM stat like that, you can expect it to kick like hell, which becomes a massive issue at lower stabilities. But fortunately, this weapon has the attachment potential to hit a whopping 96 accuracy and stability, which makes its monstrous recoil pattern that much more manageable and even fun to fight in my opinion. The obvious elephant in the room is the Micro Uzi, another top tier 45 damage SMG, which holds that crown due to its immense concealability alongside solid secondary DPS. Comparing the two, you can immediately see that the Wasp is a more well-rounded and overall damaging option. In particular, the extra accuracy feels great on an SMG, and the reload speed is almost a second faster on the Wasp. This isn't simple power creep as you might assume though. You see, the Micro Uzi is still a better pure secondary for most builds due to its higher concealment potential and superior weapon swap speed. the Wasp is really not designed as a true secondary. The fold-away animations, which add a decent deal of personality to the weapon, also serve to make it an unwieldy swap in a pinch. You can see how inferior it is as a dozer killer within my Leech Sniper build. I need high concealment, so it suffers in terms of accuracy and stability, making it a nightmare to handle. Also, it's so cumbersome with that slow swap speed, it never really feels worthwhile to switch into. This had me wondering whether running a rogue setup was going to be necessary to make it work. Instead though, what I really recommend is that you simply build around the Wasp. Hit max accuracy and stability, run full crit and berserker, alongside a solid and ammo efficient primary, and you will seriously dominate with this thing. It shreds through all enemy types in seconds, is surprisingly ammo efficient despite its insane fire rate, and works about as well as any primary AR in the game, just sadly missing any sort of sight attachment. It's probably worth me mentioning its exclusive weapon set at this point. The Whisper 9 silencer is pretty damn strong, trading 2 points of concealment for 8 in accuracy and stability and 2 in damage. It also looks exceptionally unique, coming with a mag ammo counter display to add to its high-tech theming. On launch, this didn't work correctly, but has since been patched, although it is worth mentioning that the display doesn't account for extra rounds gained by the skill Surefire, which seems to be an oversight. I honestly like this set and feel like this is the expansion of the system I was hoping for in my last update video. Overall, the Wasp DS really is an acquired taste, but I'm happy to report that it's a wonderfully unique and certainly viable addition to the SMG lineup once you wrap your head around what makes it so different. As you can probably tell, up to this point, the primary design philosophy with these weapons seems to have been for them to each have a unique function, which sets them apart without simply being side grades or direct upgrades. In my mind, this is the ideal way to do weapon DLC, and the final edition, the Argus 3 shotgun, is no different. This thing is based on the extremely modern MP155 Ultima Smart Shotgun, which came to market in 2020, 3 years after the City of Gold campaign is actually meant to be taking place, funnily enough, presenting further evidence that someone in the gang can actually time travel. In all seriousness though, I'm really happy with how this new secondary shotgun looks and functions. Its unique feature is in how it reloads, doing so 2 shells at a time with a really satisfying animation to boot. This makes it one of the most readily spammable shotguns in the game. Even more uniquely, it actually seems to reload faster if you do so from empty, which is something you should consider when utilising this weapon. Its exclusive weapon set also adds a bit of flavour, taking us further into the future with a tri-beam laser module, which makes aiming with this thing even more satisfying. Delving deeper into the Argus's stats, it's a medium damage shotgun with 132 damage base, but importantly this can be raised with attachments and skills to above 150, allowing it to hit the one-shot kill threshold on heavy swats with only Overkill activated. This is huge for a secondary shotgun, enabling it to work in Overkill aced AR builds with ease. To make things even better, it actually conceals fairly well too, enabling it to fit into crit setups and even be the DPS star of the show if you want it to be. Next to it easily reaching 100 stability, expect it to handle fantastically, and it even has solid ammo pickup with its one-shot potential in mind. Shotguns aren't what they used to be, so the Argus edition is absolutely fantastic for the weapon class, excelling where others struggle, and breathing a new lease of life into shotgun-orientated builds. Up next, I want to quickly touch on the new free attachments added in this update. The Medved R4 suppressor and Medved R4 laser sight bring meaningful stat changes that could make a difference to any build, even if you choose to forego this DLC. The suppressor in particular is excellent, functioning as a direct upgrade on the standard issue suppressor, which will help our concealment thirsty builds. The laser sight is a nice variation on the micro laser, buffing accuracy but slightly harming stability at no concealment cost. Solid free additions to this update, which all helps to add value even to non-paying players. But the icing on the cake has to be the resolution of the 10th anniversary suit designing competition. In the end, Overkill picked out 3 winning suits, which they have chosen to add in-game to all for free. Massive congratulations to Generiku, Monovan and Silver for getting their creations immortalized in-game forever. I'm not exaggerating in saying this is probably the highest quality set of suits Overkill have added to Payday 2 since the outfit system was created. The Overgold is this over-the-top gold and purple design which incorporates the 10-year milestone and Overkill bond perfectly. The linchpin is a jacketless suit which makes your heist look like a private eye and has to be one of the most professional designs in-game. Hell, it even has a Payday 3 feel to it. Finally, the pink hopper is a bright pastel design, complete with pink leather jacket and sky blue hoodie. This thing is hilarious, going perfectly with everyone's favourite Rocky gloves to complete the look. To reiterate, these are brilliant and diverse designs on par with the quality of content we've had to pay for in the past. Even if I hated Gaofeng's full smuggler pack, I'd still have to compliment this update. These free suits are just that good. Finally, looking forward, 12 new secret achievements have been added, likely falling in line with the release of the final installment of the City of Gold campaign. I'm a strong believer that this is just further evidence that the guys at Overkill are steadily losing their minds whilst they wait for an announcement trailer for Payday 3. All that said, Update 2.18 adds some pretty fantastic content. It still bothers me that update after update we continue to see slightly unpolished features, but as long as the guys are hot fixing these issues within a day, as we've already seen with the ammo display on the Wasp, then it's not worth highlighting above the general quality of what we're receiving. Overall, Gaofeng Smuggler Pack 4 succeeds in adding a new set of aesthetically interesting weapons that all bring something entirely unique to the table. For that uniqueness alone, I'm much happier recommending it above side grade weapon DLC, but also from a viability standpoint, I'm positive that you can have a lot of fun and success rocking all 3 base weapons in the right setup. So for the first time in a long while, I'm going to go out on a limb and actively recommend you try this DLC pack out. If not, you'll just make Gaofeng sad, or more sad than he was already. Look how you massacred the poor boy with this in-game model. As ever, thank you very much to my Mean Infamy patrons and above. If you want to join that infamous club to see yourself in the credits or get early exclusive access to my videos, including the story videos, check out my Patreon link below. Remember, the Discord is open to all if you crave some more Payday discussion. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you all very soon for the next one.